turn that down, would you, honey?
You think they'll play Rockabye Baby next?
Well, you didn't have to turn it off.
Oh, no, it's all right. I've had enough, too.
I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Carson. Is Allison there?
Oh, just a moment, Rodney.
Hello? Hi.
Hey, would you give a dirty, grease-stained mechanic the honor of your company tonight for dinner?
Tonight?
Sure. We can go to the local Greasy Spoon if you're ashamed to be seen with me.
I'd like to.
What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm sitting here sewing. In fact, Mother and I are sewing.
I see. That's why the distant tone. I'll pick you up.
No, I'll meet you at the garage.
Okay? I love you. Do you hear me?
Yes. Rodney's taking me to dinner tonight.
Oh, that's nice.
Mother, Rodney and I don't quite know how to say it. Things are
Different?
Did you know?
I sensed something the other night when you came in.
We've never talked about this kind of thing.
Let's try. Let's try to talk.
I just want you to know that I've never been so happy in my whole life. I feel special. Aren't you going to say anything?
But you're happy now, but I want it to last.
Why shouldn't it last? We're not hurting anyone. We're both free.
Yes, you're free. Your father and I weren't free, so we had no right to love. But your case is different. That's what you're telling me, isn't it, Allison?
Well, it is, isn't it? I mean, you'd understand, and nobody else would really matter, so we wouldn't be hurting anyone.
But it isn't anyone I care about. It's you.
But it's our business what we do. Anyway, I'm not afraid of being hurt.
I've never had to live with that kind of hurt. The kind I've known. You know, some women can't be hurt. To them, this kind of thing is a game, sort of an amusement, a challenge. But we're not built like that.
Why are we different? You think we're better.
Just more vulnerable. My mother reared me to value myself. I've reared you the same way. If you stop valuing yourself, if you give away too much of yourself too quickly, you won't be able to live with what's left. We can't be shabby or promiscuous. Can't lie and pretend. It tears us apart. Our love has to be out in the open, something we can be proud of.
Is that why you went running off to New York? Is that why my father came running after you?
That happened. It wasn't planned that way. My going away was meant to end things. It only lasted a week. And then I found out I was pregnant and I couldn't come home. And I couldn't talk about it or tell anyone. It seemed to me that everyone on the street was staring at me, as if everyone knew. All of a sudden, our love didn't seem so proud and wonderful and good anymore.
That was a long time ago. Things change. People change.
We like to think they do.
What does it matter as long as they love?
Oh, it matters. It has to be the right man for you and the right love.
And what makes it right? Marriage? That makes everything right, doesn't it? And if it doesn't work out, you just get a divorce and you try again.
Don't fence with me, Allison. There's only one kind of marriage that's right for you. It's a deep, deep bond between a man and a woman. And it's forged out of love and honesty and respect. And it grows stronger when they're children. And it can survive anything. Anything at all. That's what I want for you. And you'll never be happy if you settle for less.
Now you've told me I'm wrong. You're gonna tell me what to do.
No. No, you're not a little girl anymore. And you're not Rodney's princess. A woman has to make her own decisions. And she has to live with herself.
I assume I'm not allowed to ask what that phone call was about. Can I talk about the house? Are you going to answer? Steven.
Hmm?
Beige carpets?
Hmm.
Gray?
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Guess who?
Wife type.
We have been married a mere 192 hours, and already I'm being ignored. Is there really something more fascinating in that pile of junk than your wife?
Nope.
Beige carpets or gray?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't even know what you don't care about.
Well, well. Rodney's finally done it. Off the deep end. Well, that's one way to learn how to swim. Betty? Now, you're the one that's not listening. Rodney's used his inheritance to buy a garage.
A garage?
2 to 1, that's exactly what Mr. Peyton said. And exactly the same time.
Oh, Steve.
You know, according to the two of you, nothing but blue chip stocks and eiderdown quilts are good enough for Rodney. This is the most courageous and admirable thing he's ever done, and all he gets is a chorus of shock. Well, I think it's great. Really great. I'm going to drive out and wish him luck.
Are you asking me if I want to, or you're telling me that we're going to?
I'm going to buy a tank of gas or get the car wash or something.
Or aren't you even talking to me?
Well, Rod's tough. A lot tougher than I thought.
You know, Lee, you move as if you were born with a wrench in your hand.
I was born to be president of the United States, just like you were. Like every kid in this land of opportunity. But I grew up greedy. You know, they pay the president of the United States a measly $100,000 a year. The president of your average auto corporation gets about $750,000 a year.
Oh, well, we'll take over Detroit next week. This week, our garage is going to make money.
This place has made money as long as I've been here.
I know. It's one of the reasons I bought it. Teach me, Professor.
Okay. First, the customer is the enemy.
The enemy?
The war of the almighty dollar. A con artist war. Your best mark is your middle-aged woman. They find something wrong with their car 3 times a week. And they like talking to healthy young men. Your job is to make sure she comes here, smile nice, and pay attention to her.
Middle-aged women. All right.
Take this car, for instance. I've been working on it 5 years. Miss Elaine Cooper, age 47, brings it in twice a week, regular as a clock. She gets 5 minutes of yours truly, smiling and personable as all get out when she comes, and 5 minutes when she goes. And she pays the bill.
I get the picture.
And don't waste yourself with old people. They don't have the dough.
Well, what about the kids, the teenagers?
They buy a lot of gas, but they know what their money's worth. I mean, you won't find a kid bringing his heap in here 2, 3 times a week.
Well, maybe if we didn't treat them like the enemy, maybe then we could at least get their lubes or something, huh?
Who's the professor? You or me?
Go ahead.
People who sell us our gas make money off our sales. We make money off this garage. The only way to get those cars rolling from over there to here is for you to smile real wide, keep your hair combed, your face washed, and your t-shirt tight. You got a better set of tactics?
Maybe.
Well, I've tried them all. This one works.
Okay, Lee, what's your problem?
What do you mean?
Your tactics. They bother me.
Well, fire me then. I can get a job anywhere. This is your garage. Fire me.
Tell me something. Why don't you like working for me?
I don't like working for anybody. I've been doing it since I was 15.
You know, this place was up for sale for 6 months. How come you didn't buy it?
I was born with a wrench in my hand, remember? Not a silver spoon.
You've been making good wages all along? How come you didn't buy it, Lee?
I've got expenses.
And your expenses mean more to you than owning your own place?
I've got a kid brother I put through college.
Oh, can't he get a scholarship or part-time work at the college? I got a kid brother. He's married and thinking of putting himself through college.
You want to fire me? Fire me now.
I'll call the shots. The time and the place. Now, you putting me on about your brother?
Oh, knock it off. I'm not putting anybody on.
Okay, Lee. Okay. You're a hero. So you're putting your poor little kid brother through college.
You know, in case you don't remember, about 17 years ago, a kid got pushed off the bluff out by that beach cottage where your mother killed Elliot Carson's wife. Well, that kid was my brother. He lived, but his nerves, his optic nerves were severed. So I'm a hero, and I'm putting my poor little blind kid brother through college. Anything else, boss?
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
I don't know how else to begin except by trusting someone.
It's a police matter.
After 17 years?
It's a police matter.
That's Allison's father.
No kidding. I thought her name was Mackenzie. You called him Carson.
I'm worried about Allison.
We have to stop worrying about it. Let her find her own way.
Like I did.